planner size. You probably already know what feels good in your hand or looks good on your desk. But have you ever measured existing planners to see what's out there, what the actual common size is, or what sells best? If you haven't, don't stress. I've got you covered. I might be one of those very few people in the world that actually knows the sizes of almost all the planners out there. But when you're creating your very own custom planner that you're going to sell to your ideal audience, size really does matter, and you should be thinking about it. The most important thing to think about, first and foremost, when it comes to the size of your planner, is who is going to be using it. How is your ideal customer going to be using that planner? Remember, you're making a product that your customer is going to be using on a daily basis. That means that this is a very personal product to them, and it needs to meet their exact needs. So what are the most common planner sizes, and what's the best option for you? Well, today we're going to dive into that. Hey there, I'm Heather Harris, founder of Copper Bottom Design Co., a boutique product development agency that specializes in planner design and overseas manufacturing. If you're looking to grow your planner business, hit that subscribe button because I share my tips and advice on a weekly basis. And I've been in the business for 20 years making planners. So I have a thing or two to say. I hope you'll stick with me and we'll grow together. So today we're talking about planner size, and there are a few things that you need to think about when it comes to choosing the size of the custom planner that you're going to create. First up is the age of your user. The age of your user is a huge factor when determining your custom planner size. Young children who would perhaps use a planner for homeschooling have larger handwriting, so the planner should allow for plenty of writing space to accommodate this. A larger planner can also help to keep it from getting lost among a lot of other school supplies. So if you're making a planner for a young, like elementary school, maybe middle school student, I would suggest you do an 8.5 by 11 or an 8 by 10 size. Now, a high school or college aged user, on the other hand, probably wants a smaller planner. They'll need something a little more portable so they can throw it in their backpack when they're on the go, switching from class to class. You can get away with a smaller planner for this audience because it serves them better. It's smaller and lighter, so it can be easily carried around. And this audience can typically read smaller text because their eyes are in their prime. With this group, you can get away with a planner that's maybe an A5 size or 7 by 9. Okay, the next thing to consider is where the planner will be used. A family planner, for example, can be on a larger scale. These are usually used as command centers for families, right? Something that either hangs on the wall or has its home on your kitchen counter. You'll want this to be large enough so that everybody notices it and can look at their schedules. I suggest maybe a 12-inch by 16-inch scale for this one. Now, individuals with personal goals, on the other hand, probably don't want all of their biggest hopes and dreams out on display for everybody to see. So they're going to want something that's a little smaller in scale. I think goal planners should be small enough to be able to be tucked away in a desk drawer, nightstand, or even your bag. You don't want it to be too small because goal planners are really most effective when people can journal and write a lot of thoughts and dreams, inspiration, things like that, when they're kind of revolving their planning style around goals they have for themselves in their lives. So you kind of need a happy medium on this one. And so I would suggest a 7-inch by 9-inch planner for this. Another thing to consider is what is the size to page count ratio? This may be the biggest factor to consider when determining your planner size. How many pages the planner includes. The amount of pages compared to the size of the planner requires the right balance to get it looking good. So for example, if you have a daily planner that also includes monthly views, this planner is going to be pretty thick, right? Because the 365 days in the year and then the 12 months, or if it's a spread for the monthly, then it's 24 pages. It can get to be a lot. So if the size of the planner is like a 9 by 12 with 400 plus pages, that thing's going to be really heavy and end up looking like an encyclopedia. But on the other hand, if you make it too small, small and maybe it's in A5 size, it could end up looking like a Bible and be really hard to open because of its small size and large amount of pages. Of course, there's nothing wrong with encyclopedias or Bibles, but when we're in the context of personal planning, it can come into play. Coffee table books, encyclopedias, or a Bible per se can look very overwhelming to somebody who's trying to plan their days and achieve personal goals. And the last thing you want to do with a planner is to create overwhelm. The planner should be a place of peace with open space for them to be able to plan their exact goals. So keep this ratio in mind when you're choosing your planner size. Oh, and I'm not sure I ever mentioned the most common planner sizes. Those happen to be 7 inches by 9 inches and A5. So you kind of can't go wrong with either one of those. Just keep in mind the age of your user and where that planner is going to be used. If you're looking for more tips on how to create your perfect custom planner, check out this video I have up here. It's on the 3 design details you must consider for your planner. See you next time.